In 6 weeks of campaigning, Angela Merkel has crisscrossed the country, promising voters a Germany in which people can live well and happily. She's made great play of her experience and achievements in the past 12 years, both on the world stage and domestically, to boost the economy.
The main thing is that social security and healthcare have improved, and this has only been possible because we continue to enjoy the highest number of jobs and the lowest levels of unemployment since reunification.
In traditional settings like this, in her home state, Angela Merkel is in her element, surrounded by friends and party supporters. And here they are lapping up what she has to say. And if the opinion polls are correct, so are many people across this country.
Which is all the more surprising given that just over a year ago her prospects for re-election looked far less rosy. The refugee crisis, which saw more than 1 million people allowed into Germany, was still very much in the headlines. Surveys suggested many people disapproved of Merkel's welcoming for refugees. Senior members of her own party began publicly to question the course she was taking. Then, last September, voters in 2 states deserted Merkel's party in favour of the far-right Alternative for Germany. Merkel's response was contrite. She promised no repeat of the scenes of 2015 and a toughening of the rules regarding migrants who commit offences. At the same time, the closure of the Balkan route for refugees into Germany meant what had been a steady flow became a trickle. By the start of this year, Merkel's Christian Democrats were back in a healthy poll lead. It's one they've maintained and improved ever since, winning 3 state elections in the spring.
Merkel is lucky insofar as there is currently no crisis in the media that puts whatever migration, Greece, debt into the narrative of a crisis. It does not necessarily mean that there is no reason to be afraid of something.
But one person Merkel appears not to be afraid of is her direct Social Democrat rival, Martin Schulz. When his party chose him as its candidate in January, it was because they hoped a so-called Schulz effect might propel them back into the chancellery. But the opinion polls, which once suggested he might have a chance, now indicate he has very little chance, with Merkel poised for 4 more years in charge. Dominic, Kane, Jazeera, Warnkenhagen.